Hello and welcome to this video course. My name is Isaac Adebiyi. I'm a professional graphic designer and a marketer. In this video, you're going to be learning 7 simple ways to generate concept ideas for your designs. Before I go out outlining the 7 simple ways you can use to generate concept ideas for your designs, I would like to say something. The reason you cannot think of great concepts, or we say you cannot think of new concept for your design, is simply because your mind is not exposed properly to graphic design. And what your mind is not exposed to, you can't get results from it. You see, most graphic designers nowadays, our mind is not really exposed to graphic design. And that's why we realize that whenever we are trying to come up with concepts for our designs, we find it kind of very hard. So I'm going to use a scenario because I really like teaching with stories. Now, let's say I want to go and learn carpentry. Let's say I want to go and learn carpentry, and then today is the first day I'm going to the shop. And then let's say 3 weeks later, or let's say 2 weeks later, someone comes to me and tell me, oh, come and help me to create a stool from the scratch to the end. Now, the only thing I would have known by then, after the 3 weeks, might be just how to nail a particular kind of thing, just merge things together, merge elements together. But coming up with ideas for a stool and then rearranging everything and making it balanced, I would not be able to do that because my mind is just getting exposed to this particular niche or this particular job. So until my mind is fully exposed to it, I would not be able to go about it. So if you're a graphic designer and your mind is not exposed to designs, not exposed to creating designs, you would always find it very hard to generate concept for your designs, because it is out of the abundance that you have in your mind that you can actually bring forth and put on a table, or you can actually mix up with your creativity. Now let's go into the 7 simple ways to generate concepts for your designs. And the very first one, which is number 1, is research. This is the foremost way to expose your mind as a graphic designer. If you're a graphic designer and you are looking forward to exposing your mind to flyers or to logos or anything, the very first thing you want to do is research. It involves actively going in search of designs in the niche you're working on. So let's say you're working on a cake flyer niche, or let's say you're working on, let's make an example of a cake flyer design. Someone comes to you and say, oh, help me create a cake flyer design, and you probably don't know how to go about it. What then do? You go out to either Facebook. Let's use Facebook as an example. Probably you join Facebook groups of graphic designers, like you can join Graphic Designers Academy or Graphic Designers Africa. Just join those graphic design group, and then when you join it, you're going to see a search icon at the top left. When you click on it, you just search the flyer you're actually designing on. So someone comes to you, I want to create a cake flyer. You go out there and search cake flyer designs, and by the time you search that out, you can now research under the flyers and go through it. Now, in the process of researching, you're going to start getting ideas. You start seeing colors that actually match together. You see fonts that are used in this kind of industry. You see how the images are placed. You would even see the size of design that is used mostly. So research is a very good way to expose your mind. If you're looking forward to generating concepts easily for your designs, research is the very first thing you need to actually pay attention to. Now, graphic design I would say graphic design is 80% of research, 20% of design. You need to actually research more than you even design. If you don't know how to research, or if your researching skill is really poor, you'd realize that you won't be able to come up with concepts easily. And the mistake that many graphic designers make is this: they get jobs, and the next thing they do after getting their jobs is going right into their app to design. And that is a that's a very poor approach to generating concepts. What's going to happen after this is that you're going to be very frustrated. You won't be able to just think of anything at all. Trust me. So the very first thing you want to do is research, and this is one of the ways to generate concepts for your designs. And let's go into the next one, which is number 2. Sketching. Now, ideas flow freely on pen and paper than on your phone or your laptop. I'm going to repeat that again. Ideas flow freely on pen and on paper than your phone or your laptop. If you always struggle with trying to generate concept for your design, then that could be because of you always think of your concepts while you're operating your phone, or think of your concepts while operating your laptop. And this brings about sketching, which is the second way you can actually generate concepts easily. Sketching does involve drafting out your ideas on a paper with a pen or with a pencil, just drafting out your ideas with a pen and a pencil, just sketching it out, just doing a sketch work. So you get a flyer and probably you don't know how to create it, or you have a little bit of idea. You don't go to your application or to your software. The very first thing you go to is to a piece of paper and try sketching out what you want to do. Just sketch anything out, and the truth is ideas will flow freely. Ideas flow freely on pen and paper. That's why they used to tell copywriters, people that write copies, to always write their copies on piece of paper, because the brain, I would say ideas are really flowing faster on pen and paper than they flow with your phone. Because when you're on your phone, so many distractions. But when you're a piece of paper, you're fully into it. You're just trying to think of something, and your hands can actually draw anything. Because on your phone, you might not even, some things you might not be able to draw on your system. While you're still trying to draw that particular thing, the ideas have disappeared. So, or another one that is coming would have stopped. But when you're when you're drawing it down on a piece of paper, you can easily just draw everything down. So when you are through, you can now take that sketch and then take it into your software, into your application to create it as a design. So, and this is another way you can use to generate concepts very easily on your designs. Now, when sketching, always work with sketching at least several sketches so you can pick the best out of it. This method also works for logo designers. So let's go into the third one, which is modeling. Everyone is a creative. Very funny. Everyone is a creative, and when I say creative, I mean create and then thief, like someone that is stealing something. Everyone is a creative. You see, modeling, I would say modeling is ethical stealing. It's the way you try to model someone. I mean, let's say you try to steal somebody's concept and just paste it on your own. But it's not literally stealing it, because when you steal people's concepts, that's actually something that is very bad, and you don't even want to do that at all, because you might actually experience your jail time. I mean, experience jail time, and that's not going to be fair at all. So modeling is ethical stealing, trying to look at people's concepts and try to copy something related to that on your design. And trust me, many of the badass graphic designers you see out there, many of them model other people's design. Trust me on this. If you can model well as a graphic designer, you would never run out of concepts, because even when your brain is not bringing anything out, you can still be able to take somebody else's concept and just put it on your own. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So modeling, I would say modeling is looking at the structure of a particular design and pasting that structure on your own. So let's say, this person used a background. Let's say this person used a blue background, and then his font is slanted, or is somehow, let's say his font is slanted, and then you can see his own design. Now, if you want to do it on your own, you can use that same blue background, or you can use something similar to that blue background, and instead of your own font slanting, you can make it just straight. Do you understand? So, but you're trying to model that person's design, but you're going to be doing something different from it. His own text can be at the top, and your own, you're going to copy that same text and put it at the bottom. So it's still different, but you know that, okay, this design is actually modeled from this one. So this is another way of actually generating concepts easily for your designs. And let's go to the fourth one, which is merging ideas. Now, this is one I love very well. Merging ideas. Now, merging ideas simply means taking tiny concepts from different designs and then merging them together to create your own. So you look at the very first design, you take a concept from there, you look at the next one, take another concept from there, the fourth one, and on and on. And what do? You merge these concepts together and use them to form an hybrid design. This works always. It works always, and it's one of the best ways that would help you if you're just starting out. I learned this as early as possible, and it's helped me a lot in graphic design. So this is where you merge elements together. So let me just give you a practical example. Let's say someone comes to me, I want to create a program flyer design, and I don't know how to create any program flyer design. Let's say it's a church program. So what do? I go to Facebook, I go to Google, and I try to download as many program flyers as I can see. So let's say I download like 10 of them. So what do? I save them to my phone, and then I go through them one by one. So I look at the very first one, I look at the way, I look at the way the date is being placed. I pick that date the way it is and then paste it on my piece of paper, the sketch that I'm drawing. I paste it there. I go to the next one again. I look at the way the theme of the program is being placed. I copy that same thing on my own. I go to the next one. I look at the way the shape, or probably the pastor or the person taking the program the way his picture is being placed, I copy it also and I put it on my own. So I go through every one of them and I take different ones. I take contact information from another one and I try to take these elements from different things and merge them on my sketch. So definitely, even if I'm pasting them one by one the same way, I definitely cannot do that. But even if I'm pasting them the same way, by the time I create my design, it's going to be better than every of those designs, and nobody would know that I took a concept from any of them, because my design is going to be like an hybrid of their own design. I hope you're getting this. So you merge ideas together. This is a very good way to generate concept ideas for your designs. So let's go into the next one, which is number 5 here, which is starting out. Now, sometimes all you need is just to start. All you need to actually start generating concept for your design is just to start. Just do something. You see, most times when you're just staring at the blank templates on your software or on your phone and nothing is coming forth, all you need to do is just to put something inside. Just start with a font. Yeah, you can just start with a font. Just start styling your font. And then as you are styling your font, you'd see that there are other things you can actually touch. So just starting out, because sometimes inspiration, creativity would not just jump on you. You just need to start doing something in a creative way as best as you can, and then before you know, other ideas will actually flow, because the truth is ideas flow always. So just put in something, just break that blank space you're looking at and just put something there. You understand? So starting out. And then number 6, which is the most effective, is learn and watch other people design. Learn and watch other people design. See, there is nothing that triggers like knowledge. Yeah, nothing triggers like knowledge. People used to say knowledge is light, and if you're a graphic designer and you are ignorant of some particular things, you'd keep on struggling. And that's why knowledge works always. If you want to be able to generate concepts easily, with ease, then you need to look at other people's design. Look at their design, 1, and then 2, look at them creating designs. This works always. Look at them creating designs. You see, when you look at the way people are creating designs, probably you just go on YouTube and watch somebody creating a design. See, it's not even, you might be someone using Pixel Lab and you can watch somebody using Photoshop. It's still the same thing. Just watch how they create designs. You see, most of the inspiration I get for my designs, most times, are not even for people that are using the kind of software I'm using. Not at all. Because graphic design is graphic design regardless of the software you're using or regardless of the application you're using. So when you watch other people's design, what happens? Your creative mind would keep on coming up. Yeah, you keep on triggering your creative mind. And every designer have a creative way, have different way they create designs. Yeah, everybody have different ways. For example, if you check through my designs, you will notice that I so much use text background for all my designs. I would always use text background for all my designs. There are other designers that use shape a lot. There's a particular designer I know that uses shapes a lot on all his designs. So everybody have different ways they create design. So when you watch the way people actually create designs, you would have different perspective, and then your own creativity will keep on popping up on and on and on. And also, like I said, 1, study their designs, and 2, study them how they create designs. So also study people's design. If you're just starting out, always make sure you're feasting on designs, because you want to make sure you are constantly feeding your mind on graphic designs. It can be flyer designs, logo designs. Just sometimes I just go to Facebook, I just go through people's catalog, I go through people's posts and I check through their designs. I try to look, wow, this is nice. How did this person come up with this concept? What was he thinking while he was doing this? I'm trying to tap into him and get what he got. You understand? So study people's design. And the 7th one, which is number 7, is use your imagination. Use your imagination. See, do you know that you can be in Nigeria, like you can be in Nigeria presently, and then you can imagine that you're in Dubai, like, do you know that? And then you've not even got your visa, like you're still in your room, but your imagination can travel that far. And that's very true. See, there is no limit to your imagination. It can stretch as far as possible. You can be in your room and you think you are somewhere extremely far, somewhere that you might not even get to self. So this is to show you that there is no limit to your imagination. As a graphic designer, if you can harness this properly, you would realize that you'll be able to think as far as wide when it comes to generating concepts. And this is why you need to use the power you have inside of you, which is imagination. I don't know if you used to watch American movies, you'd see most times their movies, they can create movies of the year 2050, 2030, while we are still in the year 2020 or 2021, 2022. Now, how were they able to do this? Because they could actually imagine that these particular things will happen. The animals, they actually thought of it in their mind. So imagination works very, very well. As a graphic designer, you don't just get you don't just get jobs and just dive into your application. You take out time and try to imagine. You see, most times we don't realize that our mind can actually create designs. Yeah, your mind can create designs that even you might not be able to create on your device, on your software or your application. Your mind can actually create designs. It has the ability to merge elements together. In your mind, you can start thinking, okay, I'm going to put the shape up here like this, I'll put this one here, and then your mind is actually calculating everything. And then inside your mind, not even on your application yet, that's to show you that the mind has the potential of really going that far, in your design. So you need to harness your imagination, your imaginative mind. And how do you do this? You do this by feeding your mind, because you can't think of something. For example, now I can't think of myself flying a rocket. Now I can't think of it. Nothing. There's no picture in my mind. No picture can pop up because I've not seen anybody flying a rocket before. So that's why I can't think of that. But I can think of other things. I can think of myself creating a video because I've actually done that before. I can think of myself sleeping because I've actually done that before. So if your mind is not really fixed on a lot of designs, then you can't really think. Your mind, that's why you realize that you're finding that to generate concept, because of your mind is not exposed to designs. So this is just like the phrase, the paraphrase of everything. Let me just summarize everything, which is constantly feed your mind with graphic designs. It's very, very important, because what you feed your mind with will determine what comes out from it. You can't get anything out of your mind if you don't put anything inside. And how do you get concepts from your mind? You do that by what? By feeding your mind constantly with graphic designs, with amazing designs, or with knowledge about graphic design. Because knowledge can never be too much. It's not even possible. It's not possible for knowledge to be too much. So you constantly feed your mind. I'm sure from this video you're already getting ideas on how you can actually generate concept for your designs, and that is knowledge. Now imagine watching getting videos that would educate you like this on and on. Before you know, give yourself 3 months, 4 months, you'd become very, very good at generating concepts. Knowledge works always when it comes to generating concepts for your designs, and also feeding your mind constantly with designs. So I hope in this video you've been able to understand how to generate concepts for your design. So let me just give you some bonus for this video. So the very first thing I would say is, don't be too satisfied with your design. So whenever you create a design, don't be too satisfied with it. Yeah, dissatisfaction, it can actually hinder your creativity. Yeah, I mean, it can actually trigger your creativity. If you're not satisfied with the design, you keep on asking yourself the question, what can I do to make this design better? What can I do to make this design better? And as you say that, your mind starts trying to bring things together that you can do to make that design better. And then number 2, whenever you're creating a design and then you are just thinking and nothing is coming out, most times just leave the design and come back. Yeah, just leave the design and then come back to it. And also, when you're tired, when you're designing and you feel very, very tired, or probably hungry, stressed, please just leave that design and go and do something else. Because if you try to force it out, you'd realize that you're able to do something nice at all. Because hunger, stress, they don't give you creativity. Yeah, they don't. You can't be hungry and you say you want to try to be creative. You just be frustrated. So whenever you feel tired, forget your clients and just go and rest. You need a very, very healthy mind to be creative. A very, very healthy mind to be creative. And lastly, get the right music. Yeah, get the right music. So that's why I have specific musics I use for specific songs I use for my flyers. Whenever I'm creating flyers, I have specific songs I listen to, because music can also help you a lot. I just plug in my earpiece and I play the songs and I start creating designs. It helps a lot when it comes to generating concepts and being creative with your design. So thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. I hope you gain value from it. In the next video, I'll be teaching you how to handle creativity blocks. Till we see you again. My name is Isaac Adebiyi. Have an amazing time.